Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Jazz, and I got asked to do this. We are going to dig a little deep today to discuss Zack and Karen. So let's get into it. So for those who don't know, Zack and Karen is a part of the Sistas universe on the show Sistas on BET. If you are not watching, it comes on every Wednesday. We are currently on season 7. Okay. So, Zack and Karen were in a 3-year off and on relationship. They are currently not together anymore. Zack is currently with Fatima, who he met because she hit him with her car, after when he was on his way to a chain breaker interest meeting, which I think is fully funded through funds that is being washed illegally through madams, which I honestly think is Fatima's family's cartel criminal organization. So that's the backstory on how Zack and Fatima met. But to bring it on home, come to find out, Fatima is actually in law school now to be a lawyer. That was her major. Her minor was actually psychology. She's also an assistant to Andy, which is Karen's best friend. That is actually how Karen and Fatima met. Karen and Fatima were actually kind of getting cool, and they were kind of getting cool. Not best friends, but they were cordial with one another, because Fatima, when I say Fatima handles all, I mean all of Andy's stuff. But anywho, so they were kind of getting cool until it was revealed that Zack and Fatima was messing with each other. Now Karen can't stand them. Anyway, so that's that. But Karen is currently pregnant now. She's pregnant and with twins. One is for Aaron, one is for Zack. I am going to get there. But a lot of people actually wanted me to discuss when she revealed to Zack that she was pregnant. So I am going to talk about that tonight. Let's get into it. I just kind of wanted to give y'all a brief overview on everything. Okay? All right, let's get into it. Okay? So, Zack and Karen broke up for the millionth time in the show. When the first show aired back in season 1, Zack was currently living with Karen, and they had broke up for like the millionth time because Zack had got caught cheating. They broke up. She kicked him out for like yet again, she kicked him out. And he got with Fatima, got serious about her. And they broke up. Karen didn't take it serious. Now mind y'all, she had met Aaron. She met Aaron, but she didn't take it serious with Aaron. Now she told Zack that she wanted to see where it goes. She wanted to see where it goes with Aaron. But she was just, she was using Aaron. She was using Aaron, using them. Wanted to kind of see where it goes with Aaron, but at the same time using them too. But anyway. When she told Zack that she was pregnant, this is in season 3. Now, Zack has kind of come up a little bit. He's on his own. He's coming into his own. He has his own car. He has a place to stay. Him and Fatima are serious now. They're serious, but not really they're not too serious. They're seeing where it goes. They're in a relationship now. He's closed on his home. Now not only does Zack have a place to stay, Zack has a place to stay, but this is his first place, the very first piece of property that he's ever owned in his entire life. Zack has always lived off of somebody. He's always lived off of a woman. He's always stayed on somebody's couch. And It just so happened to always be a woman. You know what I'm saying? A woman has always pulled him up by the bootstraps and helped him. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time he's done something for himself. This is his first place that he's owned. So place that he's had to himself. So not only has he had a place to himself, it's his own house. You know what I'm saying? And he did it without Karen. So that's a huge deal. You know what I'm saying? And I actually was talking to my homegirl about that this morning. But so he and Karen are in the office. They're talking. She was like, "So you love her?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do." You know. So he's telling Karen that he loves Fatima, and she's like, "So you love her more than you love me?" And this is a call out to us as women as a whole. We unfortunately, because we're emotional and because society has taught us as women to compare ourselves to the next woman, we do that. We as women, we don't know how to just hold our L and just move on. You know what I'm saying? So instead of Karen just leaving with her dignity, and also another call out I want to say, wasn't nobody in the room but just her and him. Now when this also is something that Zack has said. He's actually called this out. He's actually said this to Karen. Yeah, you know, he's actually said to her, yeah, you try to act all hard and stuff when everybody else around. You try to act. You try to play. You try to put on. You try to put on like you care. I mean, like you try to put on like you don't care. You try to put on like you just this. You try to put on, you know, like you just so cold hearted, but you really soft, you know. So she was all, you know, you love her like you love her more than you love me. And he was like, you know, it's not that, it's just different, you know. And I also want to point out that this also was after she had cussed out Fatima. And let me know if y'all want me to break that down. Oh Lord. I also want to say that another reason, because I've noticed that the numbers, that the ratings on the show has dropped tremendously, and it is not, I personally don't think that it's because of the writing. I don't think it's because of that. I personally think that it's because the fans are tired of the drawn out storyline between Zack, Fatima, and Karen. But another story for another day. Anyway, let me finish what I'm talking about here. So, Zack, you know, Zack is like, it's not, you know, it's not about who I love more. It's just different, you know. Fatima, she believes in me, she encourages me, she makes me laugh, and you know, and so instead of Karen just letting it be what it is, and this is the thing. This isn't about love. This isn't about Karen wanting to hold, you know, be accountable and be better. This is about Karen not wanting to lose. So I didn't do that. I didn't encourage you. I didn't hold you down when you was in and out of jail. I didn't give you thousands of dollars. I didn't, you know, that if that's not encouragement, I don't know what is. You know, so this is a control thing for her. And he was like, you know, it's not just the money. You know, the last thing you said to me is I was a thief. You know, you got me locked up and stuff. So they went over all of that. And so she's like, so we really over, you know. So that's what you're saying to me, you know, we really over, you know. And he was like, yeah. And I don't know how many times I can say it. So that happened. Zack turns to leave. She knew right then, and I believe I've said this I've said this before in a video, but she knew that once Zack turned to leave in that moment, that she more than likely never was going to see him again. That was going to be the end of their saga. She knew it. And so she had to think quick on her feet and get him to stay. She had to think of something. So she pulled the I'm pregnant card. Then this is just my opinion. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. We could talk about it. But she pulled the I'm pregnant saga right then and there. Okay? That's just my opinion. Because, and of course he's shocked and stuff. And so she's like, say something. And so he's trying to wrap his head around it. The first word out of his mouth is, oh my God, Fatima. He was not worried about Karen and the pregnancy. or even much Aaron at that point. He was worried about Fatima. He was worried about, oh my God, I'm going to lose Fatima. I just got this woman. Fatima gonna think less of me. She gonna think that I'm a lose, man. I'm gonna lose her. I'm gonna lose this relationship. I'm gonna lose the relationship with somebody that I really do care about. Zack was not worried about Karen at all, because mind y'all, I'll even take it a step further and say that he wasn't even answering Karen's call. As a matter of fact, the only reason why he was over there at that time is because Karen had went in Fatima and was calling her out her name and stuff, right? Karen was calling her all out her name and stuff, and he literally went over there and was like, look, you and me are over, we're done, and I've told you this I don't know how many times, so you need to leave Fatima out of it. So I want to say, I don't know where the shift happened, and of course you know, fans want to see. There's certain surface level things that fans want to see. If Zack ain't, if and the fans like drama. There's a certain group of fandom that is addicted to certain toxicity. So if Zack isn't all up in Karen's face, screaming at her and stuff like that, screaming, yelling, and dragging about her hair, telling her, you need to leave Fatima alone, and if you don't do that, I'm going to punch you in your throat. If he is not doing all of that, then he didn't check her. But in my opinion, in my humble opinion, he did check her. And he's been doing it, because there are several times throughout the show that he has told Karen several times, you need to leave Fatima alone. You need to leave me alone. I have told you several times that we are done. And the thing is, Zack cannot make Karen move on. Nobody can. Zack cannot make Karen grasp the fact that he is in a whole other relationship with another woman. He, or anybody else for that matter, cannot make Karen understand that he is, nobody can make Karen respect his relationship. So I wanted to say that. So he's sitting down, and like I said, and we even see her face when she's like, oh my God, when he's like, oh my God, Fatima, and honestly, if I'm Karen, after I say, shoot, if this the show, if I'm Karen in that situation and I tell dude I'm pregnant and his first thought is Fatima, you know what, buddy? April Fools. We ain't got to talk no more, buddy. We ain't got to talk. You good? I see you when I see you, fam. We good, fam. Been nice knowing you, player. So she was like, you need to say something. You need to say something, right? And so he gets ready to open his mouth to say something, and she says, don't say if it's mine. He wasn't even gonna bring that up. She brought that up. He goes, so you gonna lie and say that you haven't been with Aaron? She goes, that was only one time, and that was just recently, and it's been a lot less than you and Fatima, right? And so he begins to ask her questions, which in my opinion is something that she has not been used to. Okay, because if you go back to season 1, when Helena pretty much did the exact same thing. Helena lied to him and told him that she was pregnant. Zack didn't ask no questions. He just believed her and took her word. And when Karen asked her, why was you so quick to believe her? And he was like, I did sleep with her. Karen pulled that, in my opinion, Karen pulled that same thing just to get him to just to get him to stay. And then when Zack got to asking questions, she was like, "Oh Lord," because he was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure you're pregnant?" She was like, "I missed my period, Zack." He was like, "Okay, I understand that. I hear you, but that could be a lot of things. Have you taken the test?" He was like, and she was like, "No, I haven't taken the test." And he was like, "Okay, well, do you have one here?" She was like, "No." He was like, "I bet I'll go get one." He go get one. Lo and behold, it's positive. And if you watch that scene, she was more shocked, probably more shocked than he was. She goes, "Oh my God, it's positive. What are we gonna do?" And he was like, "I mean, that's on you." And if I'm honest, that's fair. Not saying that he should have been upset or whatever, but it was possible that he wasn't the he was not the only person that he wasn't the only person that she had been with. There was another contender at play here, Aaron too. She needed to tell Aaron as well. So that's why that in my opinion, again, that is why his reaction was the way that it was. She had made her choice, which is why he said, "So check it. When you get your affairs in order." Now again, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, because this is why he said what he said. And this is honestly why he's been, that's why she's been like, you more concerned with money than what may be your child. And this is why, in his mind, you made your choice. You chose Aaron. You've been telling everybody Aaron is amazing, because she threw Aaron in his face. I need a man that's gonna make me feel safe. I need a man who if I ain't got it, he got it. I need a man who's gonna do this, that. Aaron see me, and I don't need your money, and I don't need this. I have Aaron, and he's willing to step up and do this, and blah 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 blah. Right? So when she saw that the test was positive, he was like, "Okay, that's on you. You and me are not together. We're not together. Now, if I am the father, I'll be there. I will do my part. I'll be there fully. But you let me know when you get your affairs in order, i.e., you let me know when you've told Aaron." Go back and look at that scene. Check the undertones. Check the body language. That's what Zack meant by that. Because in his mind back then, you got a whole relationship. You're in a relationship with Aaron. Because in their outfits, that's what she said. You think I want to keep doing this? You think I want to keep calling Aaron your name? You think I want to keep doing this to Aaron? She was in a whole quote unquote situation, relationship, whatever it is that you want to call it. She had Aaron at the time. She still got Aaron. Aaron has been, and Aaron was in the picture at the time, still is in the picture now. The only time she said to Zack that Aaron wasn't in the picture is twice. In season 4, when Zack was like, "Don't you got a man?" And she said, "No, Zack, I have you." And then again, when Zack was like, "Preacher boy ain't treating you right," and she was like, "No, I am not with him," or something, 3 times when they went for coffee, and she was like, "I'm not with Aaron." But this whole time, throughout this whole situation, Zack has been under the impression that Karen has been in a relationship with Aaron. And this is why I be saying Karen needs to be honest. Karen does not be honest. She don't be honest. She don't be honest. Because when they got to that letter reading, I don't even know how to let a good man love me, an actual good man love me, and all of this stuff. But then get to Zack and Fatima's house. I don't need you. I have my own money, and I got Aaron, and he gonna step up. Even though he know this ain't his baby, the child gonna have two daddies. See, you see why I say you need to stay what you mean? See there? But anywho, like I was saying, this is why Zack said, you need to let me know when you get your affairs in order. Let me know when you get your affairs in order. And if this child is mine, I will take care of the baby. Zack he has always maintained, if this child is mine, I will be there. I will take care of my child if the child is mine. That has always been Zack's stance. It has never not been that. Karen has just wanted to tell everybody and make it look like Zack does not want to be the father. There's two things that Karen has wanted to do. And in her mind, Fatima is in the way, and Fatima won't let her do it. And because Fatima is with Zack, and Fatima is holding everybody accountable, Fatima won't let her do it. And Fatima is getting in the way of Zack being a father, quote unquote, to the child. But it's two things that Karen has been wanting to do. She has been wanting to push the narrative that Zack is the father. And she has been wanting to push the narrative that Zack won't do for the kids. Especially since it has been revealed that she's been having twins. So yeah.